Hey everybody, it is the financial tea. Look, I got some folks at the house. I got family over here, so everybody's inside kind of everywhere. So I'm doing it outside, so I hope you don't mind being out here with me today. So I'm going to go into the chat. Who you are, where you joining us from? I'd love to know. I'm putting this in just in case. Where are you? There you go. Joining us from. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. I think I'm gonna put my AirPods on momentarily. I'll tell you what, let's just do this real quick. Let's just do this. That way you can see me. Okay. But at the same time, let me get my cup because you know I gotta have that. Gotta have my cup. You know how I do. So where are you joining us from today? Oh, and that camera's a little crooked. There we go. So hello everyone. Hello. I'm so excited that you're here. Yep. Feel free to put in the chat who you are, where you're joining us from. I'd love to know. I'd love to know who you are. Oh, put these in my ear. I hope y'all been staying Rona free. I have been being safe, and I hope you enjoyed your Independence holiday, whether it be Juneteenth, whether it be 4th of July, whatever independence you are celebrating. I hope you had a good and safe time. So I want to get right into it today. As I'm going, feel free to chat. Feel free to still share who you are and where you're joining from. I'm just too excited. And I hope y'all can see me. Maybe this is maybe a little bit better. Now I hope y'all will tell me. That didn't help. I hope y'all would tell me, like, if there's spiders, y'all let me know. Y'all know your girl is scary. Your girl is scary. Y'all should know that about me by now. Anyway, again, I'm so glad. But I do want to get into it, though, like, for real. I'm not sure if that was even better, but it is what it is at this point. Okay, I guess this is a little better here this way. And there went my stuff. That's why I got to refill. That's why I got refills. Okay. So, we have been talking about saving. We talked about where. We've been talking about when, what, and today's why. So I'll tell you what. I'll share my stories with you. How about that? I think that has always been helpful about our Sippin Sunday time together. That we've been able to share kind of the what and why. But I tell you what, I can say that as a young person, let's say high school. Let's just say high school. First of all, I've always been cheap. Let's get that out the gate. I've always been cheap. What I mean by that is I've always was very leery about where I was going to spend my money. If I was going to spend money at all, it's 100 degrees. Forgive me, people. But again, I got people at my house, but I still want to be with you today. And you didn't deserve to hear my son and his friends and my husband and his friend. Me and my mom being chitty chatty. You didn't need to hear all that. So I decided to come outside. Anyway, so I was always leery about where I was going to spend my money, what I was going to buy. If you know anything about me, I need my refill since I spilled my drink. If you know anything about me, you know that I shop. Yes, I don't have tea today, people. Forgive me. But I shop until I find something not only that I want, but I'm willing to pay for. So I don't just willy-nilly just go out and shop and just, whatever. If I see something that I like, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, it's on sale. I mean, oh, well, it's being sold now. I'm a buy it now. That ain't me. That's never been me. So even as a young kid, I've never been, that kind of person to just spend my money just wherever. I just never was that way. So now into adulthood, it's even worse. It's a shame. But I will say this: me having those habits very, very early has paid off. I mean, and that could be double, triple, quadruple meaning, but it really has paid off because I have been able to do things that I would have never been able to say maybe 6-7 years ago. Really started to live out my wildest dreams, like things that I didn't know that I wanted to do. As I continued to mature in my life, I actually wanted to do, some things. So sometimes, when you have a little bit more money, you kind of get exposed to other things, like flying overseas for vacation. I would have never thought to fly overseas for a vacation. I mean, who does that? But child, that is the junk. So I didn't know that before because I felt like my bank account didn't allow me to dream. Let's just put it like that. My bank account didn't allow me to dream. So with that being said, I want you to consider what your bank account is. But I want you to consider what your dreams are. I don't care what your bank account looks like. It doesn't matter what your bank account looks like. What does matter is what are you going to do about it? So let's talk about what to save. I got to sip my tea on that one. Again, it ain't tea today, sorry, but a little bit too much sugar for me today with this 100-degree weather out here. But let's talk about what to save. Now, some people ask me, okay, so Tina, if I'm going to save, isn't there some magic formula that I need, to save like a particular percentage of my gross income or a particular percentage of my net income? What does that really look like? So here's what I say to that. And you guys know that I'm a financial coach. My real job is financial coaching. But I love spending time with you guys. I mean, it's Sunday. But I tell clients, to be honest, there's no secret formula. Everybody's budget is different. Like I've got a neighbor here, a neighbor right over there, and then I have, say, a neighbor, the people that live in front of us. But we're looking at the back of their house. So from right here, I can't see my neighbors' homes. But anyway, my budget, my income, my bank account looks different than my neighbor here, my neighbor over there, and then the neighbor in front of me. Very different. Everybody's situation is different. So even you, no matter where you live, if you live in a single family home, if you live in a condo, if you live in a townhome, if you live in an apartment, if you live in your mom's basement, right? No matter where you are, your bank account and your financial situation will look totally different than somebody who is next to you. So I don't ever want you to feel like you have to be in competition with someone else, or that you feel like you're behind somebody's power curve because you see somebody on social media doing X, Y, and Z. Now, don't be fooled. They might be doing really cool stuff, but you don't know the background of how they got it, what debt they had to get in to get. You don't know none of that. So don't be jealous about whatever else is happening on social media with everybody, the cool stuff that they're doing. You don't know what the background is, so don't ever be jealous of that. Okay, so let's settle that right now. But anyway, so my whole situation is different than my neighbors. Your situation is different than your neighbors, and so there is no particular ratio, if you will, on what to save. So let's say for me, maybe all I can do is afford 5% savings, but maybe you can afford 10. Do what you can afford. That's the bottom line of it. Here's the secret that I would tell anybody. So I guess it might not be a secret, but here's at least that works for me. The secret for me is whatever I'm going to save, it needs to be an amount that I feel is not aggressive enough to where I have to go back and reach for it every month. Let's just say I wanted to save $500 a month. Maybe my income said that I could, but my expenses are so to where in reality, maybe I can only save $3. So let's say I put 5%, $500 over here into the savings account. But every month, because of my expenses, I got to pull 200 back. Well, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of, you're trying to save. So in saying that, it's very important that you figure out what is the maximum that I could put in the bank to the side and don't have to touch unless break glass. What does that amount look like for you? Whatever the particular percentage. Okay. I hope they're still going. Okay. Because everybody's situation is different. So make sure that whatever that amount is, just do that amount. And it's okay. Just do that amount. Don't be all, spazzing out about it. So that's what I think you should save. So that's just the start. But then also think about this. There's some things that you might be doing or have done in the past. That I have a Starbucks. This is past tense, had a Starbucks coffee. It's past tense. I don't have it. I haven't been to Starbucks in. Oh my goodness. Starbucks related. But we've been able to live without it. During this season, we have not, gone out to eat, and sit down. There's some things that we have been able to live without. We've been staying at home more. We've been cooking at home. A lot of things at home we've been dealing with. So there's a lot of money we have not spent. And so in saying that, this could be an opportunity for us to long term. Well, shucks, I may be able to save even more money. And what's the harm in saving even more money? To me, you'd be more prepared today than you were yesterday. So to me, saving more, the more money that you save, the more prepared you'll be. And I also want you to consider some ways that you can save by even readjusting your debt. So I know we're going to talk more about debt later on this year, but I think it bears considering now that this could be a really good opportunity for you to be careful on those. I don't want to get too deep, but just know your terms and know at the end of the day what those terms are and make sure they're beneficial for you. Okay. That's going to be super important. Consolidate some debt. You may be able to refinance your home, your car. For home owners, interest rates have been super duper huge. And if your home maybe was at 4% or 5%,